Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to today's vlog. Here to talk about the latest news in college football this week. There were two big stories that occurred earlier this week. On Monday, we all heard about the 2004 national champion USC Trojans. They were stripped that national championship due to Reggie Bush's allegations and him receiving benefits and gifts during his stay at USC. So the NCAA decided to punish the team for his actions, and I really think that's unfair. I think they should go after the player, Reggie Bush himself. Now, the reason why I believe that is because it's not the team's at fault for his actions. Now, the problem with this is that the NCAA can't really go after Reggie Bush because he is no longer in college. He's now in the NFL. He's rich. He has the money, and it's pretty much too late. The only thing that they could do is strip him from the Heisman Trophy winner, which he won in 2005. Now, I really think it was unfair for the USC Trojans to lose that national championship because based on that championship game between the Oklahoma Sooners and themselves, they pretty much showed that they could win the national championship without Reggie Bush. They crushed the Sooners 55-19, and Reggie Bush didn't even score that game. Backup running back Lendo White scored twice, and Matt Leinart was the MVP that game. 55-19, that pretty much shows that this was a dominant team and one of the best teams in college football history. I remember the following season, ESPN did a countdown of the best teams in college football history against the USC Trojans, and most people vote them as the #1 team ever, next to the 95 Cornhuskers of Nebraska. Now, I really think the 2004 Trojans was a great team, and they shouldn't be stripped in that national championship. Now, with the vacancy of the 2004 championship, some people argue that Auburn should win that national championship because they did go undefeated that season and won the Sugar Bowl. They went 13-0. But some people, especially in Oklahoma, argue that the Sooners can win that national championship based on the fact that they did play for the national championship and that Reggie Bush was a factor, but he really wasn't. And I really do not think that this should be a vacancy for the national championship. I really think that they should stick with USC winning that championship run. Now, the AP poll decided to keep USC #1 for the AP title, so I really think that USC should still hold on to that national championship. If not, this should be a complete vacancy. I don't really think a team really earned a national championship if the voters do not really want them to be that national championship. It should either be vacant or USC should definitely win this. Now, just yesterday, we got to go back to Ohio State. Now, their star quarterback, Terrell Pryor, decided that he would not return for his senior season due to all the allegations and the issues that he's going through. Now, we all know that he received benefits during his stay at Ohio State, signing memorabilia for money and receiving a couple of great cars. And I really think that it was a decent decision for him because he was thinking about the team, and it pretty much shows that he was guilty of receiving benefits because he decided to leave the team. But he said it was in the best interest of his teammates, and it shows that he is a team player and he does care about his team around him. Now, the question that I have in mind is, how is the NCAA going to punish him and or Ohio State? Are they going to settle this issue just like they did with USC back in 2004? Are they going to strip the Ohio State Buckeyes for their wins for the past seasons while Terrell Pryor was at USC? At Ohio State. Now, back a couple of years ago, we all know that the Rose Bowl, Ohio State did beat Oregon, and Terrell Pryor was the MVP of that game. Are they going to strip them for that victory? And also, this past season in the Sugar Bowl, Ohio State beat Arkansas. Are the NCAA going to strip that win away from them as well? Now, I really think that they should because they punished USC that way. In order for them to be fair, they have to stick with the same regimen and the same punishment and settle the same issues the way they've been doing before. Now, this kind of shows that the NCAA is inconsistent in settling these issues and their punishments. They're pretty much unfair. Sometimes they decided they want to punish the players, and then other times they decided they didn't want to punish the team for a player's actions. And I really think it's unfair, and it shows the inconsistency the NCAA has in punishing and recognizing issues. Now, this is just a weird situation, and I really think they should just handle Ohio State just how they did USC and set an example for both of these teams. But it kind of shows that NCAA really are just inconsistent and corrupt in a way where they kind of decide how they want to settle things off the field during the postseason. And I really do not understand this whole entire issue, and this is just getting ridiculous. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Now, one thing they really need to handle for this whole thing that I mentioned before is having a tournament for the NCAA and giving every team an opportunity to win that national championship. Like the vacancy back in 2004, before that national championship matchup between USC and Oklahoma, there were 3 undefeated teams before that game: Auburn, Oklahoma, and USC. So that kind of shows that there's just so much talent out there, and it's hard to determine that national championship. And in order to determine this, is that there really has to be a playoff system and stop having this stupid, corrupt BCS system where we really go by a stupid computer instead of what human beings believe. Now, a lot of people agree with me on this one. There should really be a playoff for the NCAA and have a true national championship at the end of this tournament. And that's pretty much all I have to say, and I'll give you more explanation later. Now, I'm going to keep you posted on these later issues and news in college football and give you my opinions on that. Thank you for watching today's blog. I'm your boy Akeem McCall. Be easy.